You know why I was impressed, Skip? I was impressed with they scored 27 points with as little as they had the ball. You think about it, less than 25 minutes, 45 plays. And for you to have the ball that amount of time, that little amount of time, and with that few plays, you have to be perfect. A turnover gets you beat. Simple as that. And that offense didn't turn the football over. They didn't put their team in harm's way. So I was impressed with that aspect. But Skip, I think even you would have a little concern because they don't look as dominant as they did last year. Zeke's just not rolling out of bed getting 130. Mm-hmm. That offensive line doesn't look as dominant in the run game or the passing game as they did last year. Mm-hmm. So that should cause you some concern. Now, you should be happy DeMarcus Lawrence lead the league in sacks. Skip, I didn't see this. I saw him flash a little bit, Skip, but Skip, he's legit. This dude has a chance to be a 15, 16 sack guy.
By the way, last night, he was DeMarcus Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
Right? Just for one night.
The past 2 weeks. He gave it to Denver too. Yeah. He gave it to Denver also. So so I'm concerned. I'm more concerned now about their offense than their defense. For the simple fact is that they're not as dominant. They used to make teams have the ball only 45 plays. The opposing team only had the ball 30 or less minutes. Now that's the flip side. Skip, this is not a recipe that's sustainable against good teams. You're going to give the Atlanta Falcons 30 more possessions. You're going to give the Green Bay Packers 30 more possessions. You know the Kansas City Chiefs are on the schedule.
They are.
You're going to give them 30 more possessions. Now, when you play a team, look, a lot of people held out hope thinking the Cards were going to be something. Cards aren't very good. I don't know what.
I will disagree with you on the defensive side of the football. I think they're very good.
Well, I think their best defensive player is in Jacksonville now, or at least one of their top two, Calais Campbell.
Well, that corner's pretty good. Who was on Dez all night and locked him up.
But Skip, if you think about it, okay, he's played 3 games. He's played against 4 big dogs: Roby, Talib, Harris Jr., Jack Rabbit, 5, and Pat Peterson. When he goes against other boy dogs that want to put hands on him, you see what happens to him. But you know what? Dak Prescott didn't force the issue. Went to him a couple of times. Hey, I give you, Dez bullied his way into the end zone. Everything is happy. But Skip, considering the limited amount of plays that they had the ball and the limited amount of time that they had the ball, for them to put up that many points, you have to be impressed with what they did last night.
Thank you very much. I was extremely happy that they won, but I will be the first to admit to all of your points, I'm very concerned with how they won.
Yes.
Because it was rather miraculous how they won, and I will take it because all those other teams loom down the schedule. Mm-hmm. Green Bay looms. The whole NFC East looms. The Redskins, who suddenly look like the second best team.
Oh, my cousin gonna get paid. Oh, Kirk gonna get some money. All of a sudden you don't want him to keep him now, huh?
I still want him to keep Kirk Cousins. We'll get to that later in the show. My point is that in the big picture, all of a sudden, this team is flipping last year's script in back-to-back games. You realize that not once last year did my Cowboys get blown out. There was no bad game the whole year, unless you want to say the very last game that they mailed in at Philly when they had clinched. Mm-hmm. But even the 2 giant losses, which are the only 2 real losses, 20-19 and 10-7, and then that 42-17 thing happened a week ago, Sunday in Denver. And then last night, to all your points, what was the MO last year for my Dallas Cowboys? The Dak attack.
Yep.
It was clock eating, long drives, keeping the defense out of harm's way, as you point out. They were second in the NFL last year in time of possession, and they were number 1 in the NFL in 5+ minute drives. Mm-hmm. And last night, Arizona ran 75 plays to their 45 plays. Mm-hmm. Is that not a recipe for disaster in the desert?
Yes.
Against a Carson Palmer who, if you give him just a little bit of time, he can still bombs away you. Mm-hmm. He's still got a big arm, and he's smart, and he's got weapons on the outside. So I am holding my eyes the whole night because you're asking the defense on a really, I know it's indoors, but it was a hot, sweaty night indoors. There was a lot of cramping going on, and DeMarcus Lawrence had to keep getting subbed out because he's just gassed.
Yeah.
And how can they hold up? How can they hold on? I wasn't sure. And then you look at the offense, that best in the NFL offensive line. Not last night, not in Denver. I thought they got their golden tail whipped about 2/3 of the time last night.
Yes.
They couldn't run block and they couldn't pass protect. Really? And I look at Ezekiel Elliott. He had 4 nice runs. A couple came late. But I look at the totality of what happened. On 18 of his 22 carries last night, he had a total of 15 yards. Think of that. So on 18 carries, he had 15 total yards. Was he going nowhere slowly? I mean, I'm tweeting about he doesn't look right to me, like he had lost his 5th gear. I didn't see the acceleration. I thought he was losing some confidence, couldn't find a hole, and he was just sort of falling into the hole. And I'm thinking, you're going 2 for 9 on 3rd down, and you think you're going to win this game? And guess who said we're going to win this game? That quarterback is special, man. I can't campaign about these statistics. 13 of 18 for 183 yards. But I'll push his QBR, which is 86 on a scale of 0 to 100. And he deserved at least that, because what happened when they couldn't make a play on offense? Did he finally just take it upon himself to say, okay, it's 7-0. I guess I have to make a play.
Yep.
Would I advise this play to be made over and over and over again? No. I would not, because you're not going to last long making that play. Was that not a crucial play to be made at that point in the ball game?
Sometimes you have to do what you
Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And you got to do that off the zone read that you said has gone completely out of style because somebody's out of the league, maybe. Who knows?
The NFL had caught up to that play.
I thought so. But you need it, and you go do it. And if it takes backflipping over 2 defenders into the end zone, you just do it.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.